Alright, what is going on? Vampires all over Vardoran. Welcome to the mystery of the Cursed Forest. Today we're going to be diving into how to get rid of the absolutely insane new debuff. Once you enter the Cursed Forest, you will begin to stack the Curse of the Forest. And when you get to 100 stacks, probably even before 100, it becomes absolutely impossible to see. So I'm just going to showcase here sort of how this works and then how we can prevent it. So as this begins to stack, your minimap will become mistier and foggier, as well as your overland map, and eventually you will not be able to see at all. 100%, I have seen many vampires just dead in here, also just logged off in here, because I know that they were absolutely blind and died and had to kill themselves, or they couldn't figure out how to get out. So as you can see, the mist is encroaching. It's also going to cover my minimap, and it's the daytime, so just these things together can lead you to death and destruction. So primarily what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to kill Beatrice's older brother, the Old Wanderer. The recipe that he unlocks is the Shroud of the Forest, and you can actually craft this inside your own inventory. So you can make this a one-run experience. It is just going to be a bit of a challenge, and since I haven't actually done it on this character yet, we get to do it together. The thing that's interesting about that cape is that it actually has no stats. So sort of higher tier meta play is to swap out your capes to keep the stacks off. But another thing you can do to reduce your stacks is to find the wisps. The forest wisps are trapped, and when you release them from their prison, you will actually reduce your stacks back to 0 for 15 seconds. So you can kind of find them as you go, or you can also use other areas of the forest that are not cursed because they're taken over by other factions that are not like sort of the undead curse, which is going to be Angora and the spiders and probably castles in here as well. So primarily what we need to do is we need to actually track this, because although we are 100% blind, we can see with the new tracking system that he's far away, but he's this way. So we'll just kind of go in that direction, and we'll use this to our advantage. So he's close, so this is actually lucky that we have like a nice little RNG on where he's at. He seems to be off, I don't know, this way. I can't really see, so we just gotta hope for the best here. And of course, I'm gonna wait for the blood smell to come back. Obviously it is imperative to finish this as soon as possible, because this is terrible. This is a great way to get killed. Is it this way? No. Okay, wait. Thankfully I also have 100% blood, and that is gonna allow our movement speed to be much better, and as well as our resistances. Okay, I'm stuck. I don't know where he is. This is very much like what it's going to be like, so I'm glad that we're doing it here together. Just have to iframe and kind of hope at this point. I legitimately, I've played this game for 1500 hours, and I could not tell you where I am right now. Okay, well here we go. Wait, we got a wisp. Bigly. Just gonna fight this stuff really quick as well. That was really good timing for wisps. Now, it's not that they're everywhere, but they definitely exist. So don't give up hope if you don't find one. You will find one, and to be honest, you probably don't need one to fight the Wanderer. And you'll see why I call him Beatrice's older brother in just a minute. So there, actually, my stacks all came back. So I didn't really manage to even accomplish anything without our stacks on, but that's okay. Slowly getting to where we need to be. There he is. Okay. I mean, look at it. He's like 3 feet away, and I can barely see him, so I am doing this at eye level. I'm 64 and he's 62, so this will be hopefully an okay indication of what this should go like for you guys as well. That's basically his only move, is just to trap you and hope that he absolutely slays you with random random creatures and pools and whatnot. Alright, so now I literally don't know where he is. So we have to use, hopefully, our blood smell, I guess. Actually, I don't know. Is it this way? That's a wisp? Oh no, that's an entanglement. Okay, we're back. We're back. As you can see, all the creatures of the forest will help the Old Wanderer. He has become one with them. He is a druid. Ah, that's bad. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of damage. I mean, you can also see where if players have their capes and you don't, the PvP in the forest just gets absolutely intense and immense. Alright, this should do a lot of damage to these bears, plus they will heal me. I don't think it drops stacks, but it would be interesting if it did. 87% creature, though, actually wouldn't be bad. We got a couple things here. I'm just gonna pick them up really fast so we can take a peep at what's just in case he's farmable, rather. Farmer. Alright, so now we can craft that straight from our inventory. So Shroud of the Forest, we're gonna need 200 pristine hide, and I believe pristine is that. I think that's from werewolves, right? That's the unrefined werewolf hide. I guess we'll find out really fast, won't we? This is actually good timing that there's a werewolf right here. Oh yeah, oh, and it dropped 200. Wow. Okay. So I mean, there it is, guys. So there is our Shroud of the Forest, and then I'll just showcase what this looks like and the sort of swap mechanic that you'll use to keep the debuff off of you. So just again to go over what it needs, it's going to need plant fiber, ghost shrooms times 20, and pristine hides times 200. So like one ghost shroom spawn and one werewolf kill. It's very obtainable in one complete trip, and then this will allow you to see within the forest. You basically have to wear it the whole time you're in the forest. So you do lose some stats and some resistances, but it's pretty much worth it. As you can see here, it destroys stacks very, very, very quickly. And now we can finally see, and we have outplayed the curse of the forest. Also, I like to gather ghost shrooms. You really need them to make Blood Moon. You absolutely need them for Blood Moon 100%. So it's great to have them early and often. Also, you can farm these cursed trees and use that to refine into goods as well. So now I'm just going to kind of move around the map for just a minute to kind of see. I mean, you saw, like, I don't know where we started that fight, maybe over here. We pushed like way east. Oops. And then what you can do is just swap your cloaks out during combat, because the stacks don't really stack up, you know, insanely high or anything like that, super fast. Plus, depending on where you're fighting, especially if you're fighting around some of the cursed villages where all the ancient souls have been trapped for eternity, there's often wisps in the villages. So I have learned that you can kind of eventually, after you've been playing for a while, you can sort of make some plays to not have to wear the cape. So I don't see any at the moment, but yeah, that's that. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and enjoy overcoming the curse of the forest.